So to anybody watching, let me propose a question. Is One Piece repetitive? Yes. All right, now that we've gotten the obvious out of the way, it's pretty obvious that One Piece has been running for almost 30 years and has been the most repetitive story probably of all time. When you look at it on the surface, because to be honest, One Piece is filled with so many different themes of slavery, government cover-ups, discrimination, corruption, and just so many themes within the story from that have been there since the jump, and that so many people are noticing now, especially myself getting into the series only a few years ago. But the fact that Eiichiro Oda, the series creator, is able to explore all these themes while keeping the story pretty repetitive, and I mean that in a positive way. Actually, I don't even mean it in a positive way or a negative way. I just mean it in the fact that that is exactly what he's doing. Now, if it's positive for you, good. If it's negative for you, then hey, I mean, that's good too. You're pointing out, you have criticisms for a story. God forbid people have those anymore. Even though criticism is not hate and there's nuance to everything, two things can be wrong and two things can be right at the exact same time. But you get what I mean. Now, how does this apply to One Piece being repetitive? Is the fact that, again, it's able to explore all these themes of discrimination, slavery, blah, 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 corruption in the government, while also, basically having the Straw Hats go to an island, deal with a problem, somehow coincidentally running into the person who just so happens to be involved in the major conflict. Luffy beats the shit out of the enemies, everybody else gets their fights, then they move on to the next island. But at least for me, I personally don't get tired of it. I think it's been a really pretty good formula since the beginning of the show, and it's only been perfected in every arc going forward. In fact, I think it was perfected perfectly in Skypiea. Even though I love Skypiea, it's my favorite arc in the series, it has its own issues. Like with Luffy getting stuck inside of that snake for God knows how many chapters. I'm reading the manga, so I don't have to deal with the abysmal slow pacing, supposedly abysmal slow pacing, quote unquote, that people talk about in the anime. Maybe one day I'll get to it. But what I'm trying to say is that regardless of the repetitive storytelling tactics that Oda uses, he's able to just make it work because he's explored so much lore, so many different characters within his stories. The only problem is that sometimes, the obvious, he doesn't kill people off very often, which, yeah, that's a bit of an issue if you really care about that. But me personally, I do care about that, just not as much as other people do for some reason. I've been thinking about this as I've been making my way through Dressrosa, and just overall, I wanted to throw this out there, little thoughts video, I guess. Again, I want to know what people think because I just think it's an interesting topic to bring up. Also, I don't know how to end the video. Buggy will find the One Piece first.